Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd Prospecting here, and
Dayna.
we are here at my Golconda mine. Today, we are going to be running a bunch of the crush that was left behind when this mine was active and see if we can find any free mill gold. So wish us luck, and I hope you enjoy. Now, it is mid-November, and everything up here is frozen. Dayna's already been picking away at the frozen layer of soil here to get to the unfrozen stuff below, and we actually have got down to where we can dig it. Mid-November in Canada, and we're still out here prospecting. We're pushing the season pretty late. We could get snowed out at any moment now. The higher country is already snowed out. These lower claims, any day now. So we're doing what we can while we can. Now, the Golconda mine was a copper mine, but as with most copper mines, the ore here is a polymetallic ore. Polymetallic means that there's many different metals in the ore, and gold was actually a significant amount in this old copper mine. We don't know if it was tied up in the sulfides or if it was free milled. So we've come up to this crush pile, and this is a huge pile of crush they left behind, they never processed. And we're just gonna run as much of this as we can through today, depending on our water situation, and see if it shows us any free milled gold. Oh, look at that, malachite. Well, let's get this water going and start shoveling. And here goes the first scoop into the high banker. And the second. One of the reasons we're up here today is to test out Gold Hog's new Z3 high banker. This is their little compact high banker here, designed with 3 different levels, zigzagging back and forth. I did a video yesterday where I was using this machine on my property there, where I had it recirculating using its little 12-volt bilge pumps. Today, we actually have a gas-powered pump running this machine. We have a bit of a water problem in that the hills around here are frozen and our creek doesn't have enough water, so every once in a while it sucks air. But we're gonna make it work today. Hopefully, it catches up here real soon. We were up here a few weeks back and the creek had more than enough water to run a high banker. But unfortunately, as the hills freeze up, there's less and less water coming down the creek. And just not quite enough for this pump. Not quite enough. I've turned down the pump some, so hopefully we can maintain water at a lower level. That's still enough for this thing to run properly. And we're now not surging. Nice. Dayna's pulling out some great pieces of malachite copper ore here. Beautiful stuff. We'll definitely be taking some of these things home to put up on our website as ore samples of copper ore, or maybe in the auctions. One thing I should mention about this high banker, it is a prototype. They sent me one of the first ones they made to test out. It's not actually available on their website yet, though when this video comes out, it might be. What we're doing right now is we're putting it through some field tests to see what kind of things we might want to tweak to make it better. When I set it up, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. I think I did everything right. I'm not sure about these pieces of ready rod going through here. I have a feeling that possibly I was supposed to sit the upper sluice on the ready rod that's going through the hole and have more of a waterfall effect here rather than bolting it straight through. I did see 2 holes that I assumed that we bolted through, but I'm thinking now it was probably meant to sit on top of the ready rod and not bolt right through, because that ready rod actually makes it difficult to pull the mats out. That I will have to check. They did give me some instructions. I'll have to see if I did that wrong. Maybe the same down here. One thing that I will ask them to change, this plate here where the water comes through has about a 2-inch gap underneath it for the material to flow out. I find that I'm constantly putting rocks that are bigger than 2 inches in. It gets jammed up. So if we could raise this or make it a bit thinner or something so we had 3 inches, then that would work better. I'll talk with the guys at Gold Hog and see if that's a possibility. But other than that, I don't see anything on this that I would change.
it works very well. Oh, Dayna was saying these flares would be nice if they were another ½ inch or maybe inch wider so that a full-size shovel can dump into it a little easier.
We will give that feedback back to Gold Hog and see what they do with it. There is definitely lots of copper in here. We're seeing green rocks everywhere. Have you seen any blue yet?
No, no blue.
No azurite. Lots of malachite, but no azurite. Hopefully we can find some azurite here as well to take a picture of. It's such a pretty rock. I have the best digger around. I know, I should get to work. She's my gold digger. We've been going for a while now, probably hour and a half, something like that. And we found the sweet spot on the water pump. The water pump is maintaining a very nice amount of water now. We found the sweet spot of where to dig. It's down about 6 inches, 8 inches. We're getting some really nice material. We're finding a whole lot of great ore specimen, copper ore specimens that are just beautiful. I'll take a bunch of close-up shots of those. And pyrite cubes and green malachite, a little bit of azurite, all sorts of stuff. This is actually working out very well. And considering it's so cold out here today, we're doing fairly well. We've actually taken off a few layers because we're getting warm. Really bright green piece of malachite over there. Can you pull that one out, Dane? I'll have a look at that. Beauty. That's the polymetallic vein. We got copper and iron side by side. Could have silver and gold. Might have galena. Galena being lead. Probably some zinc in there. That's the ore. And we are overloading the hopper quite frequently. We're just putting full shovelfuls in, and some of the stuff falls out unwashed, but we're okay because we have endless amounts of ore, endless amounts of material. If we lose a little bit out of the hopper, not a big deal. And this way we can put as much through that box as possible. And we're getting a great look at all the pieces coming out of here. We're seeing malachite. This piece here has pyrite cubes all over it. Very cool. All sorts of really nice stuff in the coarse tailings pile that we see washing off here. Machine is taking this really well.
Thank you.
Yes, there's the machine. Dayna's feeding the machine, and no, we're not talking about her making me lunch. And something else I should mention about the Z3 here. Having 3 levels like this, each 2 feet long, means we have 6 feet of sluice. Now, a typical high banker catches everything you want in the first 10, 12 inches. So, you would think that the rest is just wasted. However, there is the odd piece that does make it through the first 10 or 12 inches, but more importantly, when we overfeed it, all of a sudden, this first 10 inches gets overwhelmed. And that's when the gold can start pushing its way down farther. The longer your sluice is, the more you can overfeed it or treat it badly, out of level, too much water, too little water, whatever it might be. The longer the sluice is, the more you can capture when you're not feeding it ideally. And this being 6 feet long means we can do things like overload it. Chilly water! You can see the ore from here had a layer of quartz on top of a layer of copper pyrite, chalcopyrite, and every piece that looks like this, and you see them all over the place, have this little rusted layer with a piece of green right on top of it, as the chalcopyrite oxidizes and creates that layer of malachite. There is no doubt there is tons of copper here, but today we want to find out if there's gold as well, free milled gold. And if you don't know the term free milled gold, that means gold that is in its native form or its metallic form. Often in these polymetallic veins, the gold is locked up with the sulfides. You can't get it free without smelting it. Sometimes Ideally, it's free milled, means it's in its metallic form. It's not in the sulfides, it's beside the sulfides, and you can get it through gravity separation. If it's locked in sulfides, the only way to get it out is smelting.
Look at the malachite.
So Dane, time for me to take over shoveling again?
Yep.
I want to point out, Dayna doesn't do all the shoveling. It's just I don't film when I'm shoveling. So it looks like Dayna does all the shoveling.
But
all the shoveling.
but I should say she does almost all the work around the house. That's for damn sure. That's for sure. Okay, just in general, she does most of the work.
I just sit back and look good. No, she's the one that looks good. We are just about to run out of fuel in the pump. I only brought one tank worth up because I only want to do one small sample. And we've managed to move about half a yard of material through a little high banker in about 3 hours. And yeah, we're happy. We should be able to see something really cool in there. Let's just hope it's some gold. Apparently, I'm being handed the shovel again.
Well done, Dane.
Video evidence!
This is the first time he's picked up the shovel. As far as digging's concerned, this is pretty easy digging.
It is real easy. Already crushed material just set out here for us.
Our only problem is that we have about, oh, what would you say, a 2-inch layer of
Frost on top, yeah. Okay, after I dug for another 6 hours, we're about to run out of fuel, so I'm just cleaning out the hopper here.
Look at this massive crater from 6 hours of work.
Ice cold water doesn't feel so good on the bare hands. Okay, we're good. Let's shut things down. It's kind of funny. It's just loaded in pyrite. Pyrite cubes behind every riffle. You can see shiny cubes shining back at you everywhere. Loaded. Let's hope we see a bit of gold. Pyrite cons. No lack of metallics. Any chance any of these metallics are yellow? Is that yellow? It's yellow. Is it gold? So just before I cleaned this out, I did check this piece of ready rod here and tried putting it in underneath the sluice and just have the sluice sit on top. And I have a feeling that's probably how it was designed to run, because that does look better. It'll fall in here every bit as good, and now we don't have a piece of ready rod on top of where we need to access the mats. I think those two holes were meant for another one of these brackets, which they probably just didn't use. I assume that's because it's a prototype. First, let's see what's in the miner's moss that's in the crash box. Really, because I'm only looking for the presence of gold, we would only have to actually clean out the top mats, and that will tell us if there's gold or not. If we want to actually capture lots of gold or process a lot, then all the other mats would be important. But looking for the presence of gold, the top mat is actually all we would need to clean out.
Although we were running hard and heavy.
Oh, we were. Yeah, we were running very hard, so some of it could have got pushed down. But if there's any gold here, some of it would have fallen out in the first mat.
Okay.
Well, no lack of pyrite cubes, that's for sure. Lots of pyrite. Chalcopyrite, iron pyrite. Let's get down to the bottom and see if there's any gold. I see a lot in there glittering back at me, but I think that's all just microscopic pieces of pyrite. I might have to get Jason to smelt this out for me and see what I actually have, but I'm not seeing any big chunks of gold. That is just the miner's moss though. Let's get the first set of mats done. Yeah, I think that's where the ready rod should have gone. This is a whole lot easier this way. My 10-inch pan's a bit small for cleaning out in. Let's just clean out in the tub. So we're panning out the upper mats here in the field, but then I think I'm just gonna take the cons from all the mats, put in the bin, go home where I have a real pan and a proper place to pan it, and then pan out everything together. But gotta see those upper mats and see if there's any chance of finding at least a piece of gold. Definitely lots of copper here. Look at it all. It is everywhere in there. Just a pan full of pyrite cubes. Pan full of pyrite cubes. Is there gold below it? And that would be a yes. There is a piece of naturally weathered out gold from the copper mine. Yes, we have gold at the copper mine. Nice.
That's frickin' awesome! Let's run it all, Dane! All of it! There is natural gold. Natural, free-milled, native gold here at the Golconda Copper Mine. Nice. Love it. There might be more than just that one piece in there. That was just the first one I saw.
I think I saw another in there, but we're gonna just put this in the bin, take it home, and deal with it properly.
Gold and all. Let's go clean out those other two mats and get packed up. Well, there's the cons. I'll go clean those up at home and show you how much gold is in everything. Gold Hog, you did a great job on this one. It works so well. Yesterday, when I was doing the initial test with the recirculating bins and everything, I had two complaints. One was that the second mat was very hard to take out. Well, with the ready rod underneath the first bin, the second mat actually was very easy because I could lift that up, I could pull the whole thing out. It actually came out very easily. So, not a problem there, now that I know what I'm doing. First time was tough, second time, dead simple. The other big complaint I had was this gap here. So I got rid of that problem today by modifying their designs, which is not what you're supposed to do when you're beta testing a machine. You're supposed to run it the way it's designed. But guys at Gold Hog, I had to move this up higher in order for me to be able to shovel into the hopper and have things funnel away on their own. This up high like this worked perfectly. There was no problems. It was absolute perfect. I liked it that way. So if we can actually adjust this somehow so that that is up higher, perfect. I had to make my own little jig here, my own little adapter for the one pump running rather than the two recirculating, and that worked really, really well. And yeah, actually popping these off right now. That folds up nicely. One-handed. Good filming here. Okay, that folds down nicely. I like it, guys. I like it. Nice compact sluice. Works very well. Good job, Gold Hog. So, about a half yard of material we dug today. There's probably about 500 yards of material sitting right here. There might be some gold sitting on the ground right here. Oh, I'm excited. And there's definitely a lot of copper. Dana's taking our ore samples away. A little precarious, all on the quad. To take the legs off, I just have to undo these thumb screws and we could put the leg. It could pack up a lot better than that, obviously. But there we go. Everything on the quad for getting into the Golconda Copper Mine.
And if you want to know anything more about this copper mine, I have lots of videos on my channel.
Lots of videos showing all the old workings, the old adit. We went underground. There's lots around this place.
And now there's lots around with gold.
And here we are at home to process this ore and see what all there is for gold. We will start out sifting through a 1/8 inch mesh. And I will go through this oversized to see what's there, but that's later. And we will separate out the magnetics with the roly-poly magnetic separator from miningmagnets.com. About 1/3 was magnetic and about 2/3 non-magnetic. The gold will be in the non-magnetics. And now the long process of panning through solid sulfides just for gold. Very hard to do. Very tedious.
And there it is, the gold from the Golconda Copper mine in that crush pile. I put one piece of pyrite cube in there just for reference. One pyrite cube, 3 bigger pieces of gold, couple of little specks. And that's naturally weathered out gold, never run by water, other than that sluice of course. But look how jagged, that's what gold looks like coming directly out of the ore by Mother Nature. And that's a pyrite cube. Throw a dime in there to give you an idea of scale, the size of that gold. I'm excited. And there are these pyrite cubes all through this ore. Crazy stuff. Be interesting to crush this stuff and see if any more gold shows up. Because it's naturally weathered out gold, it really flitters around in the water a lot. Crushing it would take all those wings and sails and sharp edges, knock them down, and might let some more settle out.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription yet, I hope I earned it today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Hope you're all having a great day. And until the next one, bye.